What is going on, everybody? This is Maximilian again, and we're starting off a little bit different on this video because I recorded for a little bit too long, and honestly, you guys really don't need to see me walking all the way over to what essentially amounts to the very beginning of the game, as far as the map is concerned. So I just kind of teleported away from the Pokemon Center because I got to start off with the Pokemon Center. It's kind of this niche thing that I kind of locked myself into from the very beginning. So starting off at the Pokemon Center, but then we're instantly teleporting over to, I think it's Route 32. It's just south of Violet City, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I went over there and caught a Mareep because I love me an Ampharos. I mean, Mareep is okay. Flaffy is kind of pink. But Ampharos is just woo, the bomb, diggity. So eventually we're going to get there. It's not like a long-term investment. It'll take a bit of time for our little Mareep to get there. But I mean, I already got him involved in this one episode. Spoiler alert. So we're already making some headway. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. My little disclaimer there, because you're probably wondering, well, oh my gosh, how did you just end up over there? And, well, that's how I ended up over there. Magic. Nah, not really. It's just a video editor at work, guys. So, work has been going pretty good. I am liking my job as a software developer. Although, actually, not technically a software developer yet. I'm still intern status. But it's kind of nice to have a taste of the real world. I like the people I work with. Work environment's nice. And it's a challenge. I mean, you get to, basically are doing stuff that's it's real world. Well, obviously it's real world because you're in the workforce. But you know how, like, I don't know if any of you guys have taken CS classes in high school, but you'll often find yourself doing, like, really bizarre, almost seemingly random and pointless programs. Like, they'll make you do things, like, the very first one is always Hello World, because you gotta learn, like, exactly how the programming language works, how to use the interface, the IDE, what are the little, the ins and outs and kinks of the language, things that you need to remember. It's basically like a way of introducing you to the language for those of you who've never seen it. And you get to random things like making a palindrome checker or things like that, or like a simple calculator where you can type in a math function and it'll put something out. Just really simple programs that look cool once they're done. They kind of do stuff like you're getting the idea, but in reality they really don't do a whole lot. Well, now that you're actually like in the workforce, like doing something software development for an actual company, I'm actually doing something that I know is actually going to be applied in the real world, something that is going to directly affect their company performance as well as customer satisfaction. So that's really interesting for you, because now you kind of have that burden of responsibility on your shoulders, but at the same time you get so much more satisfaction out of the work that you do. Because it's always more rewarding when there's a lot more of a, I guess, risk of penalty involved. Although there's not really a penalty. I mean, if you make a mistake, then you just you ask somebody for help and you correct it. That's really all there is to it. But it's interesting having that challenge set before you, because there's a lot more problems that you run into. Because obviously, when you're doing things for a company that's been around for a long time, software development for them is going to get you into some pretty tricky situations and scenarios. So I guess it's situations or whatever. Oh my gosh, it's late. Sorry, guys. I will tend to misspeak when it is late, but I'm going to try my best to keep this smooth and flowing for you guys. Because commentary needs to be good, and not without us. I'm going to try and minimize that too. Slowly working on getting better at talking in front of a computer. Definitely better than when I first started, but anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So, I'm getting into a lot more advanced things that I wasn't really ever good with working at before. When I was in high school, I was primarily working with C++. I did take a course in AP Java. Java is really not my thing, though. It feels so mundane for a high-level programming language, and keep in mind, this is the same stuff that they use to program toasters and microwave ovens, so you kind of have an idea of how powerful this language really is. It's very basic, and it takes so much of a command, I guess, text, to actually do something really simple that you could do in C++ with almost no code whatsoever. Namely, printing out things on a console line. That's just blah. There's probably those of you out there who are like, oh my god, I have no idea what he's talking about right now. This is just so confusing, Max. Why don't you just talk about something that we can understand? So, I'm sorry if this is just completely bothering you and just confusing the living bejesus out of you right now. But I apologize. This is kind of me going off on my little technical rants. But anywho, basically what I've had to do over the last week is learn 2 new programming languages because they want me to do some development for web applications. They already have this application written for their support team that's you can run it as a client offline, but what they'd like me to do is implement it on their web servers directly, so that way they can run it off of their server and not only make it run faster, but also more efficiently, and it'll be easier for them to use. But I only know basic HTML, and if you're going to do anything dynamic with web pages, you're going to have to write it in something like ASP. And ASP generally will run with something like Visual Basic or C# in the background, neither of which of those languages I know. So over the last basically 4 days, I've had to learn both ASP and C#. Now granted, C# really isn't that different from C++, but it still has a couple little syntactical, what's the word I'm looking for? Syntactical... No, not anomaly. It's not the word I'm looking for. I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but it's got its little quirks. It's very close to C++, but it's slightly different. It's like a hybrid of C++ and .NET. But if any of you guys have never heard of either of those, you have no idea what I'm talking about, so it really doesn't matter. So I've kind of had to learn on the fly, and Google's really been a huge help for me. But it's also nice having somebody that you can just directly talk to, because the guy I'm basically interning under is sitting right across from me. So if I ever have a question, just ask him, and he'll be like, go ahead and try this. And he's usually really friendly about it. He's easy to communicate with. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's very familiar with it, obviously, because he was the one who originally wrote the client. So seeing as how he's basically having me restructure it and putting it on a new medium, he should be very helpful with this, and he is. So this makes my job a lot easier, and it's making it easier for me to learn the languages as well, which is awesome. So I'm learning a lot, I'm doing a lot, and it's been a great experience so far, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the summer. Now, I want to address a couple of things in the Pokemon videos. First things first, I know I put out a couple of ideas for things I'd like to do with this in the last video I posted. I know people of you want to see videos more frequently, and I'm totally happy to do that. I kind of apologize for not putting this one out the day after, because what actually happened was I ran out of intros. I actually get a bunch of intros at a time from Mitch, and I forgot to grab the next batch or so, and I just ran out. So I'm like, oh crap, I don't have an intro for this video, I can't render it. Because, it just doesn't feel right when you've already gotten 15 videos in this series with the rendered intros. They're all matching and everything, and they got episode numbers, and you can't put one up if it doesn't have one now, so I had to wait for it. So I apologize for that. It's okay, we're going to try and resolve this in the future. I'll be more prepared next time, I promise. But I know one of you, or no, not one of you guys, a lot of you guys would like to see videos every day, or would amount to 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And I'd be more than happy to do that. However, I'm kind of thinking that 15 minutes every day for 5 days a week is a lot of video content. I don't know if you guys have the patience that I do of watching videos, but I personally could not do that on my own. Like, watching somebody put out videos, like, even if they were really good, I just kind of have a hard time finding time to do it. Now, if you guys want them to be 15 minutes long, that's totally fine. I'd be more than happy to oblige. After all, you are subscribed to me for a reason. You want to watch my videos, obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So, if you want 15-minute long videos, I'd be more than happy to do that. However, it just kind of seems to me that it would be more realistic and a bit more satisfying to do just 10-minute videos. So that way, they're somewhat shorter, but at the same time, because you're getting content more frequently, it'll still, I guess, quench your urge for Maximilian Pokemon videos, so to speak. So, let me know what you guys think about that. If I do videos 5 times a week, and this is what I'm planning on doing, hopefully we won't have any more hang-ups with me getting busy or me running out of intros. So we'll assume 5 days a week. Would you guys rather see 10-minute videos or 15-minute videos if you were to see them 5 times a week? Leave a comment in the box and let me know. And also, keep leaving comments in the box if you'd like to see me get any interesting Pokemon, because I know Flaffy and Ampharos are kind of branching out a little bit. It wasn't really like much of a request per se. I don't know if anybody requested it, but that was just something I wanted to do. But I'm still looking for ideas for things to get along the way. And also, if you guys have any ideas on when you'd like to see me actually get them, like if you want to see me fight some gym leaders with them, or maybe, wait until the Elite Four, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to look into that and maybe spend some time just bonking around the grass, not glass. Bonking around glass hurts, kids, just in case you didn't know that already. I kind of have a little bit of, a little bit of a stuffed nose right now because it's allergy season, and I'm pretty much allergic to anything breathable, which kind of sucks. Even though I'm on allergy meds, I still have the problems, so I'm just getting a little bit of nasal congestion here. So it sounds like I have a really bad cold, but in all honesty, I don't. I'm not sick. I'm just breathing, so I'm getting punished for it, apparently. Nature hates me. So, yeah, leave comments. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm trying to remember where exactly you get strength. I'm pretty sure that she ends up giving it to you, she being the Olivine gym leader, whose name I cannot remember at this point. I can't remember a lot of things. You'll find that I forget a lot when it comes to this game. But if any of you guys would happen to know off the top of your head where you can get the strength HM, please leave a comment in the box below so that way I don't have to just randomly, haphazardly meander for hours on end trying to figure out where it is, assuming that she doesn't in fact have it. Because, that seems to be the most logical place where it is. At least that's where I think I remember where it is. Although, considering how well my memory has served me over the past couple episodes or so, it's probably not very reliable. So if any of you guys know where the Strength HM is, please leave a comment and let me know where it is, or send me a message, doesn't matter. And speaking of sending me comments or messages, send me a comment on, a message on YouTube if you'd like me to add you on Xbox Live. I still haven't gotten around to putting my Xbox up. I'm really sorry about that. But seeing as how I did kind of pay for another year of Xbox Live, I really need to get on that. So one of these days, I'll probably steal that wireless card or wireless router thing, whatever you want to call it, the wireless receiver, off of our other Xbox, my brother's Xbox in the living room, and pop it on my own. Funny story, though, because I know most people don't really own two Xboxes in the household. It's kind of an odd thing. And it just so happened that I have my own Xbox, but our family, I guess, has one for the house as well. It's really weird, though. We used to only have one Xbox, obviously, because you only start out with one. But that Xbox red ringed like every other Xbox does eventually. And it was about 5 or 6 months out of warranty, which kind of sucked. I mean, you only had it for a year and a half. It's already broken down. And so I was just looking all over the internet to find fixes for it. Couldn't find anything. So eventually I just okay, well, I'm going to keep towel tricking it because I can at least play it for a day or two at a time. But, I'll have to keep overheating it again, which kind of sucks. But you got to do what you got to do. So eventually I kept towel tricking it, and then I noticed that the error had changed when it got another red ring after towel tricking, and this time it was E74, which is covered under an extended warranty, which was great for me. However, in my attempt to find a solution to my little red ring problem, I had opened up the Xbox and voided the warranty seal in an attempt to do, I think, what was called the penny trick or something. I have no idea what it is I did, but it didn't work at all. And in the process, I had voided the warranty on the Xbox. So here I am with no warranty, but it is still in warranty. So if I can somehow find a label, I can fix it. So I resorted to a bit of desperate measures. I called up a friend of mine who had an Xbox that somehow, in the 4 years he'd owned it, had never red ringed ever. Now, granted, it was way out of warranty at this time, so it really didn't matter. But I asked him, hey, can I have your warranty sticker? He's like, sure, no problem. I really don't care at all. So I took a hairdryer and a pocket knife to his house, and I heated up the sticker and peeled it off with that pocket knife very slowly so it didn't speckle or anything, because that's how they get you. That's how they know if they break your seal. And put it onto a piece of wax paper. And as soon as I got home, I used the hairdryer to take it off the wax paper and put it on my Xbox. Sure enough, it looked fairly legit. So, hey, battery power, my laptop's about to die. Popped it on my Xbox, took it to the UPS store, shipped it, and I got my Xbox repaired for roughly $10, which is a lot cheaper than what Microsoft normally charges you. So yay, thank you person who gave me that label. I love you. And because of that, because my parents are, or at least most parents, aren't exactly, I guess, apt when it comes to video game repairs, they kind of didn't realize that while this thing was broken, I was kind of taking care of it on my own. So in the process, they ended up buying my brothers and sister another Xbox. So like, well, I guess you can have that one then. So that tended to work out for me very well. So I've been using the Xbox while I'm at college, and I'll be using it here while I'm at home too. So send me a friend request on Xbox Live, or send me a message letting me know what your gamer tag is, so that way I know it's from you, I know who it's coming from. Anywho, this is Maximilian, and that's another episode, guys. See you later.